In this episode, you're going to see the scariest videos that are trending right now. Let's take a look.
Our first clip of the day was shared to TikTok by user Orchid Studio TX back in April of 2023. Since it was posted, the clip has racked up over 3.4 million views, with commenters scrambling to make sense of the strange footage. Take a look. The door just swings open. Some commenters even claim you can see the interior locks moving before the door swings open. The eerie CCTV footage was uploaded by a Houston-based stationery entrepreneur who typically posts business-related content. Short of it being a prank, no other plausible explanation has been put forth, and the poster is still just as baffled as ever. Do you want creepy clips in your feed every single day of the week? Then head on over and subscribe to our new Slapped Ham Shorts channel. This is short form content, we'll be posting there every single day, so head on over, hit subscribe, turn on channel notifications, and we'll see you in the comments. A woman on TikTok named Katiana Ortiz posted a video showing her and her friends wandering around late at night near the Colorado Street Bridge in Pasadena, California. Built in 1912, the Colorado Street Bridge is infamous for numerous deaths over the years, casting a dark shadow over its historical significance. Katiana, who admits she was drunk with her friends at 3 in the morning when the video was recorded, likely didn't expect to encounter anything strange that night. However, if you watch and listen carefully, you'll notice something quite eerie taking place. Although faint, there's a whisper in the background that sounds like someone saying, "Please come back." Since Katiana doesn't react to it, it's likely she didn't hear it at the time and only noticed it later when reviewing the footage. One commenter shared a chilling story. "One time I went there with my sister, and a couple of nights later she woke up in the middle of the night and asked if I heard a woman asking, 'Where's my baby?' After doing some research, they discovered that a woman had died in an accident near the bridge while her child managed to survive." So what do you think? Could the whispered words, "Please come back," be related to one of the tragic incidents that happened in the area? Or are people reading too much into the clip? Let me know where you land on this in the comments down below. Several years ago, a woman named Soph Clayton sent TikTok and Instagram into a frenzy of speculation with a series of eerie videos. It all began when Soph posted a spooky update while babysitting at a friend's place one evening.
What is that?
While settling in, she noticed some rather eerie decorations around the house.
It's so creepy! It's freaking me out. Is this real hair? Oh my god, and look.
Soon, she discovers another one in a different room.
Oh my gosh! It's a boy this time. Why would you look at that? Why would anyone have this in their house? Honestly, it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
The caption to the clip reads, "Has anyone heard of timeout dolls before? WTF, so creepy." Timeout dolls, also known as corner dolls or pouting dolls, are designed to resemble children in timeout, standing in a corner or against a wall. These dolls are often used in home decor and are made to look as if they're pouting or sulking. The tradition of these dolls began decades ago, becoming a nostalgic and somewhat unsettling decoration in many homes. Many people in the comments section agreed, dredging up chilling memories of their grandparents having them littered eerily around their homes. As if the dolls weren't creepy enough, in a follow-up vlog, Soph inadvertently catches something eerie on camera.
Guys, guess who I am?
Something seems to move in the mirror. While Soph doesn't notice this movement initially, she soon begins to suspect something creepy is happening around the home. She starts questioning if one of the dolls is now in a different position. Later, the lights in the home begin to flicker.
And then the light started going insane. Let me show you. Okay, wait for it, because it was literally just happening a second ago.
That's when something else happens.
Max? Better not be out of bed.
It can be hard to spot at first, but a small figure appears to dash past the couch. It all becomes a bit too much for Soph to handle, and she decides to leave the house.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna get him and go, because it's really freaking me out.
It's no surprise that these videos went viral, capturing the imagination and fears of millions of people. However, the truth behind them is just as fascinating. It later became apparent that these clips are a part of a staged short film titled Time Out, created by British filmmaker Ethan Evans. Interestingly, the participants in this project recall their own grandparents using Time Out dolls, adding a nostalgic yet creepy layer to the narrative. Thankfully then, this eerie scenario is purely fictional, yet Time Out dolls are genuinely a thing. So let me know, have you ever heard of a Time Out doll, or does anyone in your family own one?
It's so creepy! It's freaking me out. Is this real hair? Oh my god, and look.
Several years ago, a woman who goes by the username Liz is Sleeping shared her eerie experience over on Reddit, claiming to have captured a ghostly figure standing at her front door using Google Maps. She believes this sighting substantiates her long-held suspicions of living with a paranormal presence. The woman described various unsettling encounters with the alleged ghost, including eerie audio recordings and videos of objects moving all on their own. Despite her belief in paranormal activity, she acknowledges the difficulty in capturing definitive proof, given her lack of professional equipment and the sporadic nature of the occurrences. The image sparked a mix of reactions online. Some users found the figure creepy and reminiscent of ghostly characters from pop culture. Others, however, were more skeptical. Some suggested it might be a trick of the light, chalk marks, or a piece of furniture creating an optical illusion. Despite the various explanations, the debate over the mysterious figure continues. While some see it as undeniable proof of the supernatural, others remain unconvinced.
Is it true that when you were on The Conjuring that you got, like, physical stuff happened to you?
Actress Joey King recently opened up on the Drew Barrymore show about a chilling experience she had while filming the 2013 horror movie The Conjuring. King, who was just 12 years old at the time, developed a mysterious blood disorder that required daily hospital visits.
I developed this bizarre, rare, out-of-nowhere blood disorder, and basically my body, like all the red platelets from my body were like drained. They were just like gone.
Remarkably, once filming wrapped up and she returned home, her condition mysteriously vanished.
So I had to, every day before work and after work, go to the hospital, get my blood taken, and then all of a sudden I got home and I've never had a problem with my blood since.
This strange episode has led many to speculate about the possibility of a curse associated with the film's production.
Like,
Do you think that's crazy?
yeah.
King's experience isn't an isolated incident in the world of horror movies. The notion of cursed film sets has long been a topic of fascination and fear. Many point to the demonic nature of these films as a possible cause of the bizarre and often tragic events that occurred during and after production. The 1973 horror classic The Exorcist is infamous for its alleged curse. Before filming even began, strange problems plagued the set. A catastrophic fire destroyed much of the set, and one of the actors died shortly after filming. Several cast members sustained life-altering injuries, adding to the eerie atmosphere surrounding the film's production. The Nun, directed by Corinne Hardy, is another film shrouded in supernatural lore. Hardy claimed to have had his first supernatural experience while shooting a scene in a Romanian fortress. He described seeing what he assumed were local crew members sitting behind him in a dark cell, only to find no one was there when he turned around. This unsettling experience added to the film's already creepy reputation. The Poltergeist trilogy from the 1980s is perhaps the most infamous for its alleged curse. The use of real human skeletons in the first film is often cited as the reason behind a series of tragic events. 4 cast members died before the final film's release, including Heather O'Rourke, the young girl who played Carol Ann. Dominique Dunn, another cast member, was tragically murdered by an ex-boyfriend. The deaths of Julian Beck and Will Sampson, who appeared in the sequels, further fueled rumours of a curse. Additionally, actor Lou Perryman was murdered in his home, and Richard Lawson narrowly survived a plane crash. The recurring theme in these stories is the concept of demonic possession or evil presences. The idea that these films could be cursed is fueled by the strange and often tragic events that occur, leading many to believe in a supernatural influence. While skeptics may argue that these incidents are mere coincidences, the sheer number of them across different film sets is enough to give anyone pause. So are these films truly cursed? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Here's a quick and strange one uploaded to TikTok by user Velvet Ant Films. It's some CCTV footage that shows something rather odd. As the car passes, the man in the foreground appears to vanish. Unfortunately, as is often the case with these odd little clips, there's little to no accompanying info, so we can't dig any deeper. So for now, this bizarre sighting will have to remain a mystery. Coming up in our last segment, we take a look at one of the greatest Bigfoot encounters of all time. But before we do, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy videos. Throughout the history of cryptozoology, few stories are as bizarre and compelling as that of Albert Ostman, a Canadian prospector who claimed he was abducted by a Sasquatch and held captive for 6 days. This extraordinary event purportedly occurred near Toba Inlet, British Columbia in 1924. Ostman's tale, which he kept secret for over 3 decades, has become a legendary account among Bigfoot enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Albert Ostman, a seasoned lumberjack and woodsman, ventured into the remote forests of British Columbia for a vacation in 1924. Despite having heard local stories of man-beasts roaming the woods, Ostman was a skeptic. However, his skepticism was challenged when he experienced an encounter that would haunt him for the rest of his life. According to Ostman, while sleeping one evening, a Sasquatch purportedly lifted him up while he was still in his sleeping bag and carried him through the rugged terrain for approximately 3 hours. When Ostman was finally put down, he found himself on a plateau, surrounded by a family of 4 Sasquatches, 2 adults and 2 children. One of the adults was reported to be around 8 feet tall. For 6 days, Ostman claimed he was held captive by the Sasquatch family. Despite the unusual circumstances, Ostman said the creatures didn't do any harm. He observed their behaviour and daily routines. The female Sasquatch was noted for washing and stacking leaves, while the family provided him with sweet-tasting grass to eat. Ostman, who had a gun with him, chose not to use it, reasoning that the creatures hadn't shown any aggression towards him. His captivity came to an end when he used a clever trick to incapacitate the large male Sasquatch by feeding him some snuff, which made the creature groggy and allowed Ostman to escape. Ostman remained silent about his extraordinary experience for over 3 decades, fearing ridicule and disbelief. It wasn't until 1957, when Sasquatch stories started gaining media attention, that he decided to share his own account with a local newspaper, The Province. His story quickly captured the public imagination, adding fuel to the growing Bigfoot legend. Despite the sensational nature of Ostman's story, it faced significant skepticism. Critics point out the long delay before he made his experience public, suggesting it might be fabrication. Skeptic Joe Nickel has described the account as more likely the result of imagination than of recollection. Primatologist John Napier also expressed doubts, particularly regarding the limited food resources available to sustain such large creatures in the area. Bigfoot researcher Peter Byrne, while intrigued by the story, has stated he can't fully accept it without more concrete evidence. This sentiment reflects a broader skepticism within the scientific community, which often requires more substantial proof before accepting such extraordinary claims.
If you want to see some more scary video clips, then click that link on the top there. Otherwise, binge through our playlists right there. Now remember, we live stream every weekend on a Friday night PST time. It's a lot of fun. Come and chat and meet the rest of the community. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.